What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big C, Chris Amir Hassan, coming at you live and direct from the beautiful city of San Francisco, California, y'all. You give San Francisco a hand. I'm in the park on my lunch break, man. I just want to take a to the park and come chill out. I was gonna do some Tai Chi with the Chinese ladies. You see the blossoms right there. But I said, hey, let me just chill out. And I want to make this video about all the mess they got going on with the good minister, the good brother, Minister Farrakhan. I love Minister Farrakhan, man. I ain't gonna go against my brother for nothing that young Pharaoh, the Jewish community, or nobody say, because a lot of what they say, what he say, and what he bring into the forefront has some truth in it. I believe everybody, when they speak on things that really has an emotional impact on them, that they might not give it the benefit of the doubt as a more scholarly, introspective look into things, But I think the minister is pretty much on point when he says a lot of stuff about the state of Israel. Now, the state consists of, you got good and bad and everything, man. I'm not just going to say something is all bad. You got good and you got bad. You got some good people that's trying to do right by God, and then you got some evil people, man. Just like you got some good blacks and good whites, you got some good bad blacks and some bad whites. So we're not gonna just throw everybody in the boat. But historically speaking, if you look at the state of Israel, which was just brought forth in 1948 by some Englishmen in the library in England, the Balfour and the Rockefellers, the created the Zionist movement after they overthrew the Ottoman Empire, which was the cause of the First World War, which was the First World War led to the Second World War, and it might lead to the Third World War, because it's all about religious dogma. So these guys got into the library and said, hey, man, we need to make a homeland for the Jews. So they produced this movement, and Adolf Hitler ended up, which Farrakhan said Hitler was a great man. He was an evil man. He was great and evil, but I don't know why he said that. But they created this movement, and they wanted to displace. They ended up displacing the original inhabitants of Palestine, which that's what Israel was before it became. Look at this dog. He's just having fun. He's just frolicking. Anyway, the original home to the Palestinians is Palestine. So those are human beings. So these English people, which is white supremacists, because they feel like they could just do anything. They way in England, so you got all this money. You got the force of the British Army and Navy behind you, and you bullied these people out of their land and stole their land, just like America, just like you did in the Indian. You stole the Indians' land here too. This all come from that little spot over there in Europe called the United Kingdom. They wreaked havoc all around the world, In Africa, they enslaved the Africans and brought them here to America, killed off the Indians, and so they felt that in the 3rd century that Jerusalem was the homeland of Israel. So they, it was Palestine back then too. So they, and not only that, that area is home to all the world religions. So everybody, it's a shared place throughout the world. But you try to, it seems like these people want to bombard their ideology on everybody else and put their ideology above everybody else's. That's called, you think you're supreme. So you think you should be above everything. That's supremacy. So they pushing this agenda, and they took those people land. And not when you take something from somebody and they don't want to give it to you, what you got to do, you got to kill. So you killed a lot of people. Now, if you kept the record straight, you probably killed more people than most likely you killed more people than Hitler did in the Holocaust. So he paid for that with his life, and like he should have. But I don't believe that nobody should die in robberies. So that's exactly what it was. It was a high-tech robbery, and you used these countries, you used your armies as the hitmen, and you went out and killed all these people and took their land. Because the Rothschilds and Mr. Balfour said that it should be done. So you guys are religious extremists too. So not only did you do that from the 3rd century, and that's how many thousands of years is that? And the sad part, the funny thing about that is that America don't want to give the Africans that it just enslaved a couple generations ago. Grandma, we got grandparents. My grandparents was in slavery. That's not too long ago. But you always talk about, no, that's in the past. Well, shit, you created Israel out of some stuff that happened in the 3rd century. And this just happened 100, 200 years ago. 100 years ago, we was just slaves. So you need to pay us our reparations. You gave them a whole country. Where's ours? So I think Farrakhan speaks to this. You know what I'm saying? He talks, this is what he's getting at. And you want to ignore it, you want to downplay it because you are a bully and you are a supremacist. You are a white supremacist. So you trying to, one thing that they do is deflect and try to, look at Trump. Every time he got in trouble, he always pointed somebody else. Well, look what he's doing. Nah, look what your ass is doing. And then on top of that, and these white supremacists, and which stole the people land in Palestine, they killed off all those kids and everything. They put a big fence in between them, and anytime, in other times they we look out for, okay, we're going to look out for y'all, and we're going to look out for y'all. You're not looking out for the Palestinian people properly. So you assassinate their leaders. We know what you did with Yasser Arafat. They wanted their own homeland. They wanted to, they wanted to be recognized as a state. And you guys still haven't recognized them as a state because you are a white supremacist. And if what further shows us that you are a white supremacist is that when one of the oldest Jewish communities tries to migrates there, you only take a certain amount. It's 8 million people in 8 million Jewish people in Israel, and the oldest being the Ashkenaz Jews from Ethiopia. You don't want too many of them. You got 30,000 out of 8 million. 30,000 Africans from Africa. Then you have, I think, about 15,000 refugees from Sudan. But they face a tremendous amount of racism. Hold on, they're Jews too. So what? You have to be a white Jew to enjoy the benefits of this homeland that you guys created. So what is that? That's supremacy. That's white supremacy. That's racism. So you're a hypocrite. You need to shut up about Minister Farrakhan and leave his. Matter of fact, what you mad at is he's exposing you, and you don't want the truth to get out, so you try to change the narrative. Right now, I think a couple days ago, they just had some instances of racism and apartheid. It's apartheid state, Israel, and in America, which is home to millions of African Americans who are enslaved. They say Farrakhan has a book where he talks about the Jewish enslavement of Africans. Well, everybody enslaved Africans, and the Jews claim that at least their enslavement wasn't as bad as the English to transition to American, the racist whites from England who transitioned to America as American patriots. Their enslavement, the Jews claim their enslavement was a lot less harsh, but you still had slaves. You know what I'm saying? And what's a lot less harsh than slavery? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's a ignorant ass excuse. You still possess slaves, and in the Talmud and the Torah, it has rules and regulations on slavery. So it's always been you always been a slave master. So you try to talk about Minister Farrakhan, which we love Minister Farrakhan. We're not never going to boycott Minister Farrakhan because you want us to. The ADL or whoever, the Zionists, whatever. As African Americans, we understand being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want to see no oppression to no people, but we damn sure don't want to be oppressed ourselves by somebody who already should know about oppression, who already should know about it, being killed, millions of its brothers and sisters being killed because of a crazy racist white man by the name of Adolf Hitler and his Nazi Germany. We know about if you know about that, why would you subject us to it? Or why are you subjecting people of African descent in Israel, which was really Palestine, but you just stole it? Why are you subjecting Africans from Africa who are Jewish and practicing Jews to racism? What's wrong? What is that about? So when Minister Farrakhan calls that out, which in America we have freedom of speech, but you guys want to mute his words, which no. The cat is already out the bag. You know what I'm saying? The evidence is clear. So y'all don't go for that, and don't let them, do your research. Stop listening to what people that don't have your best interest at hand got to say. Now, we had a lot of help from a lot of Jewish people, which they helped start the NAACP. But listen to that, National Advancement for Colored People. We ain't colored. Y'all the ones who's colored. We are original people. You know what I'm saying? Tell the truth. We're the first human beings on this earth. Y'all is the ones who's yellow, red, orange, pink. You know what I'm saying? Y'all colored. We just brown. You know what I'm saying? Some of us light brown. So you need to cut that out. And then when they have sex with you, that's when they get some color in them. Some yellow and some red, because that come from you. So you didn't even ask us. You want to make us feel embarrassed for being black. So we had to come with, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. We had to come with the term, black is beautiful, because that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? And we are beautiful, So all this mess, I just love this out here, man. Ain't this right? Ain't this nice? So all this this racism and this separation that they preaching in these racist countries, man, we need to fight against that, man, and we need to We need to educate ourselves, and we need to not succumb to the treachery. Hey, look at here. We need to not succumb to the ignorance and the treachery and the hypocrisy that they display. And people like young Pharaoh, pseudo Pharaoh, and these ignorant ass traitors, you know, they really hate their people anyway. So you can't. A lot of people, they don't want to educate you. They want, it's like these leaders in these countries that keep the people stupid and misuse the resources. All these niggas wanted some money. They want to be looked at. They wish they was ballers. You know what I'm saying? You look at him, he got that fake jury on, trying to be like he's a baller. You know what I'm saying? But man, come on, man. The kings, man. The king Mansa Musa, he wore honorable gold, honorable kingdom. Really, I don't know about. I ain't gonna go into that because he took all that money and took it from out of his country and took it somewhere else, and then people still doing bad. So I'm not even gonna speak on that right now. But yeah, man. Don't fall for the bull crap, man. I love Minister Farrakhan. Thank that brother for his years of service. A lot of you guys got an issue with the Malcolm X thing, but if you ever been, I'm a dude from the street, man. So I love Malcolm too. Malcolm, I changed my life because after I read Malcolm book, and I love Malcolm. I wish he would have lived, but the funk that God knows best. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that was in the air back in them days, you'd have to look at it from not from an emotional perspective, but from a perspective of a general who knows warfare. And it's deeper than what you guys what you guys see. So, and what you listen to, a lot of people just follow shit. They don't even do their research. All that stuff is deep. So it's deeper than you can just listen to a conversation and say, "Oh yeah, I take this position." You got to research what the temperature of everything. You got to research a whole bunch of different things to come to your examination. But one thing is for sure, Farrakhan did not kill Malcolm X. You know what I'm saying? The circumstances that Malcolm was dealing with killed Malcolm and got Malcolm killed, and a lot of it has to do. The underlying issue was the racism of the United States, because they always fighting that. So I'm not gonna. I would. If we are some strong people, all these years our ancestors and our OGs has put in protecting us and talking for us and creating movement for us, and then for us to go against them, that's why our ass get kicked at every turn, because we don't have no unity and we don't have no fucking standards to stand on, and people don't, and we don't educate ourselves on the truth. People operate off emotions and lack of experience. Some of you don't even have the experience to comment or have an opinion on shit that you don't know about. So yeah, man. Ask the Jewish state to stop being a racist state and an apartheid state, and then ask the United States to stop supporting a racist and an apartheid state, and England as well, because that's what Israel is. Look how many people they have killed. They have displaced. They have harmed. Now, I'm not saying all Jews are bad people. I'm saying, but that state and the people that's behind the scenes, terrible. Just like America, when we had, our presidents may have a agenda, but it's people in this country that's some beautiful people. And then there's some people in this country that's wicked and evil. So everybody should not be judged accordingly to the in one broad sweep. But if you are part of the negative, if you're part of the good, promote good. You know, if you're part of the negative, keep on being negative, because justice will be served, and our God is a just God. You know, so I just want to leave y'all with that, man. It's your boy Big C coming at you live from the park, baby. I tip my hat to you. Wish you much ado. It's the gentleman and the scholar. One love. Oh, please like and subscribe to my page. I got a little old school bonehead information for you that might help you. And look out for the podcast, Oakland Visions, Town Visions, coming at you soon. I'll let you know. I'm gonna be posting some of my stuff in the description. So check it out. God bless you. Have a good one.